Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to learn different formulas in Excel. So we're going to learn how to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication. We're going to learn how to perform sum if, count if, and so many different formulas in Excel. And after that, we're going to learn how to make use of this during our analysis. Alright, so stay tuned to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click on the notification bell to get notified when a new video is posted. See you. So guys, we'll start with addition. Write 1, 3. Then we'll start with equals to. So we'll select the first cell of the column we want to add. That's 1. So after writing the equals to, you select 1. Then after selecting the 1, you write the plus sign. The plus sign is for addition. Then select 3, that's the second cell, and then press enter to give you 4. Then for subtraction, let's write 5 and 3. Then start with equals to. So you do 5 minus 3. Then press enter to give you 2. Then let's go over to division. So for division, we'll start with 16. We'll write 16 and 4. So we write equals to 16, the slash sign for division, minus divide by 4 to give you 4. Then the next, we're going to do multiplication. So we write 6 and 2. So start with equals to 6 asterisk is for multiplication, and 2. Enter, it will give you 12. So the next thing we are going to do is minimum and maximum. So minimum is to find out the lowest number in a cell range, while maximum is to find out the highest number in a cell range. So minimum is a function in Excel. So we'll start with equals to, as normally the way we start writing Excel formula. So equals to minimum, then select the cell range that you want to find the minimum, press enter after selecting it. So it's 1. So the lowest number in our cell range is 1. Then we'll go over to maximum. So you start with equals to maximum, then select the cell range you want to find the maximum number and press enter. So it gives us what? 16, because 16 is the highest number in the cell range. So the next thing we are going to talk about is average. We're going to learn how to find the average of a number, and with this we're going to write new numbers just for us to find the average. So we'll start with 15, 27, 56, and so on. It's 9, 70, 14, 15. So to find the average, start with equals to, then write the average. Average is also a function. So write average, then select the cell you want to find the average, then press enter. So it has given us the average. It has given us the average of these numbers, right? So the next thing we're going to talk about is what? Sum. We're going to learn how to sum up numbers. So also sum is a function in Excel. So we start with equals to sum, then select the cell or the column that we want to sum up, and then press enter. So it gave us 285. That means if you add 15 plus 27 plus 56 plus 89 plus 70 plus 14 plus 15, it will give us 286. So sum is just adding up the numbers in a column or in a cell range. So the next thing we'll talk about is sum if. So sum if is different from sum. Sum if give us the value of the sum of a particular value, right? The sum of a particular item. Let me put it that way. So let's use this example: car type and their numbers. So we'll start with what? Corolla. Then we write Toyota. These are different car types. Then Mazda, then Honda, then Corolla again, then Toyota, Mazda, and Honda. So just give it a random number. We'll just give them random numbers. Remember, we are using this as an example, right? So we'll just give them a random number for each of the car types. So Corolla is 4, Toyota is 6, Mazda is 78, Honda 96, Corolla again 12, Toyota 43, Mazda 56, and Honda 12. So we are going to use the data set now to find how to show. I'm going to use this data set to show you how we use SUMIF. Remember that I said that SUMIF does what? It calculates it sums up the total number of a particular item. So if I want to know the sum of Corolla cars, I'll use SUMIF. So SUMIF will add up all the numbers for Corolla cars, right? Then if I want to find out the sum of Toyota cars, the sum of the numbers of Toyota cars, SUMIF will sum up all the Toyota car numbers for us. So after writing car type, we'll write Toyota because we want to find out the sum of the numbers of Toyota. Then come over to this next start with equals to, then type SUMIF. So when you type SUMIF, the next thing you're going to do, you're going to select the cell for the car type column. You're going to select the car type column, then you press comma, then select the Toyota cell, press comma, then select the car numbers, select it, then press enter. It will give you 49. So that means Toyota is 6, and we also have Toyota for 43. That means 43 plus 6 will give us 49. So you see the difference between sum and SUMIF. SUMIF adds up the sum of a particular item, right? So if you change it now to any other car type like Mazda and press enter, it's going to also give us the sum of Mazda alone. So if you change it to any other car type, it will also give you the sum. So yeah, this is basically how we make use of what? SUMIF. So let's say the sum of Honda, that's what? 110. That means if we add up all the numbers of a Honda car, it will give us what? 110. So the next thing we're going to talk about is count. The next thing we are going to talk about is count. So count basically just counts the number of items in a row or the number of values in a row. So to find out the count of the values in our row or in our column, we'll do equals to count, then select the column. So just selected the column, then press enter. So that's 8. That means if I count from 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to give us what? 8, right? So that's what count does. So apart from count, we also have count A. We have count A. So count A does what? Counts tests and number. Count, just count, only counts only numbers, a column that is only number. But count A counts both tests and number, right? That's what count A does. So that's the difference between normal count and count A. So how do we use count A? So equals to count A, then select the car type column. It will give you what? 8. That's if you count how many car types you have 8. So you see count A counts test column, test data type, and it also counts both tests and what? We also count both tests and number. So let's write Mazda. Let's just put random numbers for it. I just want to show you how count A can count both tests and number. So Corey, number for Corey is 45. Or okay, let's leave it at 47. Then we'll start with equals to count A, then select the column that we want to count. We select it, then press enter. So it give us 6. So if we count from Mazda 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 6, that's 6 values. So you see, count A count both text and number data types. So apart from count A, we also have what count blank. We'll have what we call count blank. Count blank only counts the blank spaces. So we are going to select this column now, including the 2 blank spaces, and then we press enter. You see, it gave us 2. So that means it just counted the 2 blank spaces in that column. So that what count blank does. It counts only the blank spaces, right? So the next thing we'll talk about is count if. So count if is similar to SUMIF. Count if counts the total number of a particular item. So if I want to know how many Toyota we have, we can use count if for that. So for us to find out how do we use count if, we start with equals to as usual. We start with equals to, but first we have to do what? Write the item you want to count, just as we did for SUMIF. So we write car type, then write the type of car we want to count. So we are going to write Mazda. So we want to count how many Mazdas that we have. So in the next cell, we write equals to count if, right? Then select the column for car types. Select the column for car types. When you are done selecting the column for car types, write comma, then select the column for Mazda, and then you press enter. So when you press enter, it's going to give you the number of Mazda. That means Mazda appeared how many times? Twice. We have 2 Mazdas. So see the difference between count if and count and normal count or count A. So if you change other car types and press enter, it's going to count how many times those car types are appearing. So I think all of them are appearing twice, so that's why just giving us 2, because all of them are appearing twice. So the next thing we are going to talk about now is the if statement. We are going to learn how to use the if statement. So we are going to just create a random data, a student's data. We're going to write their names. So let's start with what? Sam, then Noah. After Noah, Rebecca. After Rebecca, Henry, then Joel. So these are the names of the students. Joel. So we are going to use this to learn how to write if statement. So let's come over to the cell beside Sam. So we write equals to if, then open bracket, select the cell, the Sam cell, the cell that Sam is. So let's select Sam. So we're going to say if Sam is equals to Noah, then give us yes. Okay, let's say true instead of yes. So give us true. If not, give us false. So what this is going to do is that it will check the column, it will check the cell. So it will check the cell. If the item or the data in the cell is not Noah, right, it's going to give us false. So that's why it gives us false. So the item in the cell is not Noah, it's Sam. So that is why it's giving us false. So the next thing we are going to do now is that we are going to do what? Replicate it to other cells to see what happens. So double tap and drag to the other cells. So you see, when it finds Noah in the cell, it gave us true. So Rebecca is not Noah also, so it gave us false. Henry is not Noah either, it gave us false. Joel is not Noah either, it gave us false. So alright, so let's try out another if statement. Equals to if Sam is equals to Joel. like comma, then give us yes with exclamation mark. If not, give us is not. Yeah, so seeing this now, Sam is not Joel, so he gave us what is not. Even double. Yeah, so it's not to drag it to the rest of the cell. You notice that when it's Joel, it gave us yes. Yes, it is Joel. Yes, it is Joel. So I hope we are understanding how this if statement work. So we are also going to try out another if statement using a number this time around. Using a number, let us say this time around. So we'll write 15, 25, 50, 86. So it equals to if 15, we select the cell 15 is greater than 30, comma, then 15 multiplied by 10. If it's not, then 0. Then we'll press enter. So this thing is saying that if 15 is greater than 30, then multiply 15 by 10. But if it's not greater than 30, just give us 0. So 15 is what? Is not greater than 30. So it's false. So it's going to give us 0. So we will now drag it to the rest of the cell to replicate. So it will check the other cell. Anyone that is greater than 30 to multiply by 10. So we see 50 is greater than 30. So we multiplied 50 by 10, giving us 500. And 84 is greater than 30. He multiplied 84 by 10, giving us 840. You see, so easy to understand. So we'll try out another if statement. All this is just for you to understand what we are talking about. So say equals to if 15 is less than 45. So if 15 is less than 45, then give us 15 minus 10. Then if it's not less than 45, give us 15 divided by 10. Close the bracket and press enter. So it's giving us 5. So it's giving us 5 because 15 is what? Is less than 10, which is true. So it did 15 minus 10, which is 5, right? So it will check when we drag it down to the other cell. When we drag it down to the other cell, we are going to see it's going to replicate. So let's drag it down to the other cell. So for 25 also is less than 45. So we did 25 minus 10. Then 50 is greater than 45. So we did 50 divided by 10. Then 84 is also greater than 45. So we did 84 divided by 10, giving us what? 8.5. So I think our last example is this. We're going to try another if statement. So say equals to if so try another if statement. So let's write yes. Write yes in this cell. So let's write yes in this cell. Then come over here, start our if statement. So also if yes. So if yes is equals to yes, then find average of this column. Close the bracket, then comma. Then if it's not yes, find the maximum number of the same column. Then close the bracket and press enter. So it gave us what? So yes is what's correct, right? Yes, the cell is yes, so we did what? Average, gave us average of this column. So that will happen. It gave us average of this column. It gave us average. So assuming is no, it's going to give us what? The maximum number. So let's write no in this other cell and then drag it down. Then drag it down. So it's giving us what? 84. That's 84 is the maximum number in that column, right? So because this cell is not yes, it will check the other statement, the then statement, and do whatever command that is written there. So because it's not yes, it gave us maximum number of this column. All right guys, I hope you learned a lot today. Don't forget to subscribe and like this channel, and also click the notification bell so you can be notified of anytime we upload a new video. All right, thank you. Bye.